up, everybody? This has been the Bearded Coffee Blogger, and I'm back, week 2 back after the long hiatus. And I've actually been in Louisville kind of all week at a conference, and Louisville has some great coffee, and I brought home some goodies. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a quick tasting of this stuff right here. So this is Sunergos Coffee, Ethiopia, Halo Hartume. I love, I've been a fan of Sunergos for a long time. I love that they sell 8-ounce bags. So you can buy 16-ounce, I think, or an 8-ounce. So again, this is in Ethiopia, Halo Hartume. It is a washed process, and I'm not really paying attention to the tasting notes there. But we're going to taste it and see what we got going on. Very, very aromatic out of the bag. Smells absolutely great. So we're gonna see what we got going with this Sunergos. I went to, I think, 2 different locations while I was there, and this is my other. Well, there's actually 3 really good shops that I've tried in Louisville. Another one is Quills. Been a fan of Quills for a long time, and got a Quills mug while I was there. It just looks super cool with the Pegasus on there. So I'm using my new Quills mug, and we may have a Quills tasting coming up here as well, because I snagged a bag from them, and I'm almost overfilling my mug again. You'd think I would learn, but let's see what we got going on. So again, another washed coffee, because that's what I love, but this one's in Ethiopia, so not Colombia, different part of the world. Let's see what it smells like. Okay. Definitely getting some floral notes on this guy. Floral and citrus, kind of typical kind of Ethiopian nose there. Lots of people think Ethiopia, like you run into a person that's kind of into coffee, and you ask them what their favorite is. Lots of times they say Ethiopia. Ethiopia, that part of the world. Well, number one, it's Ethiopia or Yemen, but around that part of the world is where coffee originally originated. And, it was shipped all over the world, grows all over the world now in all these tropical regions. But there's all these, like, unidentified heirloom varietals. And I don't even know if this says, heirloom varietals, which just means, I didn't know this for a while, it's not a name of a varietal. Heirloom varietals just means, unidentified. These are just natural to the region. They haven't, so it could be several different varietals that are just originally from Ethiopia. And I don't know, Halo Hartume, I don't know if that's a farm or a place. We may look that up and see where exactly in Ethiopia this is. Okay, so again, yeah, mainly like kind of flower petals, that sort of thing on the nose, and maybe some lemon. Lemon, or maybe almost kind of like white tea going on the nose. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, man. Okay. So I really like this. It's got good balance to it. It is definitely, like, in comparison to that Colombia that we had last week. This is more acidic and more bright. It kind of catches you off the front end a little bit more there. It's a little bit more of a pow, but not in a bad way. It's not I say pow, but it's not in a bad way. Not in a cutting way, or like, ooh, that's really sharp. Yeah, so I'm getting a lot of, like, white and green tea notes off this, with kind of it kind of almost reminds me of like a green tea with like some citrus, blended in there as well, kind of a citrus green tea, a little bit of white tea. floral on the nose. Uh, really good coffee. Not what I would say is a fruit bomb. It's a little bit more floral leaning, in my opinion, than a fruit bomb Ethiopia. But got really good, has really good balance, and would be not offensive to drink every single day. That's for me kind of what I'm looking for. Like, yes, it's great to have like really unique experiences with coffee. Like, oh wow, this is unlike anything I've ever had. That sort of experience. But day in and day out, that's not really what I desire or crave. I desire like there's a really interesting nuance here and a really interesting nuance here, but overall it's balanced, and I can see myself enjoying this cup day after day, basically until the bag's gone. That's kind of what I'm going for. Uh, your mileage may vary. That's fine. Again, there are rules in coffee, but there kind of are no rules in coffee. You do you do what you want to do. But yeah, I mean, this is the sort of thing I would love to drink every single day. Let me specifically pay attention to the body and kind of mouthfeel here. So it's got significant for being as acidic, like kind of floral on the front end. It's got significant weight in the mouth and good sweetness that I want to say is kind of a mixture of a little bit of chocolateness, a chocolatiness maybe, and earthiness. Yeah. So overall, florality, green tea, white tea, a little bit of citrus. It kind of moves to like a medium to medium heavy body, in my opinion. Really, I actually really like that about it. It kind of brings the whole thing together. The acidity's bright, but not crazy over the top. So I would say it has balance. Yeah, and then as it transitions to that third fourth quarter, um, yeah, like I would say less chocolate and more kind of just like earthiness, a little bit of what is that? It's like the citrus stays there, but it gets sweet and like darker tea, maybe a little bit earthiness. That's kind of what I'm getting out of it. Um, it gets better as it cools. Like this, it's probably down to like 170. I'm guessing now, temperature wise, and that it's really really good as it just takes off a little bit of that heat from the fresh brew. This, per usual, just always like to say, is a 16-to-1 V60 brew with about a 4.5 minute brew time. Is another slightly brewed slightly longer than I thought it would, but it's not over extracted at all. It's really nice. In fact, as much as I loved that coffee last week, I actually might like this one more. This is really good as it cools. Let's see. So they say, think rose. So they the florality they talk about is rose, citrus, and peach. Let me see if I can. Peach is a really interesting nose. Let me see if I can get peach out of it. Um, yeah, I would say it's kind of like unripe peach. So it's like a peach that's like not quite ready yet. It's got a little bit of that like greenness, a citrus to it. This is a really great. This is a really great cup of coffee. Really great bag of coffee. So if you're ever in Louisville, or if you know the magic that is Sunergos, check it out. They have this whole little story on the back. I'm not going to read it because TLDR if we do that. But for sure, check them out. They have several different shops around Louisville. Great people. I think they're really, really known for their espresso. Maybe even more so than their drip or their like that's I think where they put a lot of emphasis. But even that being said, like this is a really tremendous, great cup of coffee. So, here's the thing: coffee is a wonderful gift from God. So you guys keep drinking out there, and I will see you next week. What up? Peace out. This has been. Bye.